Hello students, welcome back to my channel. So let us continue learning the data structure linked list. Today's is going to be the last session on this particular data structure. In the coming session, we are going to look into a brief introduction about graphs and trees. Okay, so today is the last session. So let us go ahead and see what all the things we are going to learn in today's session. So we are going to learn deleting an item from the linked list. When it comes to deleting an item from the linked list, we can do it in three ways. Okay, so the node which we want to delete can be the first node. Okay, and also it can be the last node, and also we can delete a node anywhere in a given position. If a person wants to delete a node in between the linked list, then that also we can perform. So let us go ahead and see how can we do that. So let us see these algorithms one by one. Before going to the algorithm, we should know what is an underflow condition, which is very important when we are deleting something. Okay, so we had seen this type of a condition in the stacks also. So underflow basically happens when we are trying to delete a node from a linked list when it is empty. Okay, so if we try to delete a node from the linked list which is empty, the condition is called as underflow. Similarly, I hope we all know, we have learned that what is an overflow. Overflow is nothing but when the linked list is full or out of its capacity. This especially happens in the stack, because in the linked list we can add as many as possible, but in stack, when we represent a stack or implement a stack using arrays, we know that arrays are of fixed size, isn't it? So we can't dynamically increase the size of an array. So if an array is of a fixed size, and if that a particular array is full, and if we still try to add an element, then that condition is called as overflow. Okay, so in the deletion case, we have to specially take care about underflow. That is a condition where we are trying to delete a node which does not exist, or a linked list which is empty, and we are trying to delete from that particular linked list. So let us go ahead and see the algorithms. The very first one which we are going to learn about is deletion of the first node. So we have a linked list something like this, and I want to delete this very first node. So how can we do that? So very simple. In deletion, all we have to do is first find out which node you want to delete. In this case, ours is going to be the very first one. So once we find out the node, all you have to do is link the previous node and the next node. So when we do that, that is, I am removing this link between them, and then I am establishing the link between the previous and the next node. So when I do that, automatically this node is freed. In other words, we can say the node is deleted. Right? So delete the first node of the linked list by changing the start to point to the second node of the linked list. So start is usually points at the first node. So we are going to make that start to point at the second node. If there is only one node in the linked list, the start can be stored with the null. In the case, if I have a start and I have only one node, then what is going to happen? I don't have a next node. Then what I'm going to do is, suppose this is the 100, and 100 will be stored here, isn't it? Start always points at the first node, and the address of the first node will be stored in start. So what I'm going to do is, in case of this, I am going to remove this address, and I am going to put null over here. So when I do that, automatically this connection, whichever the connection has been established between them, is going to get disconnected, and automatically we are going to free this node, and our linked list is now, we have removed the first node. Hence, since the only node is left, this is going to become an empty linked list, right? So let us see the algorithm. So the algorithm looks something like this. So this algorithm is called as delete beginning. This algorithm first copies the data in the first node to a variable and deletes the first node of the linked list. So before we are deleting, what we are doing, we are storing it in a variable so that we can display that saying we are going to delete this particular node, and then we are going to remove the node. So we are starting. First, I'm going to say that p is equal to start. So suppose this is my linked list and I have only two nodes. This is my start. I'm going to have a pointer variable p of type node, which is pointing at start. Okay. So then I'm going to print the data of p. So why is that? Because since always start is pointing at the first node. When I print the data of P is nothing but whatever the data is available. This is the data field and this is the address field. So data field I'm going to display. So obviously this is the node which I want to delete in the delete beginning function. So I'm going to print the data of the very first node, and then what I'm saying is start is equal to link of P. So when I say link of P is nothing but this particular address. Suppose this is 200 here, this 200 is stored here, isn't it? Because we have a link here. So when I say that start is equals to link of P is nothing but automatically the whatever the value, address value stored here is going to be present. It's going to be written over here. But when I say that this particular link is going to get removed and a link is going to get established over here. Okay. Now don't forget, we still have this link here. So what are we going to do that? I'm going to say that free the P. So which means that I am free in this particular node. So when I say that this particular node is going to get deleted and an establishment is going to happen between the start and the second node. So this particular node gets deleted. So this is how this particular algorithm works. This is a very simple algorithm. So deleting in the beginning and deleting at the end is going to be a very simple one. So let's go ahead and see the next one. So the next algorithm is deleting a node at the end. Okay. So suppose this is my linked list. What I'm doing is I have this my last node. All I have to do is remove this link. So when I do that, automatically this particular node is going to get deleted, right? So to delete the last node, we should find the location of the second last node. So why is that second last node? So that we can remove this link. So this is my second last node and this is my last node. So I need to find out the second last node also. So by assigning null to the link field of the second last node of the linked list can be deleted. So as simple as that. How am I going to remove this link? All I need to do is whatever the address is written over here of this particular node, I'm going to remove that and I'm going to replace it with null. When I do that, this established link is going to get disconnected and I can free this particular node, right? So let us go ahead and see the algorithm for this one. So algorithm for deleting at the end of a linked list. Now, this used two pointers P1 and P2. So we are going to use two pointer variables P1 and P2. They are of type node. Okay, so this we have already seen in the beginning of the linked list already. Okay, so what does this mean? They are nothing but a pointer variable and they are of type node. Node is nothing but it will have a data field and it will have a address field. Okay, so these are the two pointer which we are going to use. Pointer P1 is used to traverse the linked list and pointer P2 keeps the location of the previous node of the P1. Okay, so P1 is going to traverse the entire linked list wherein which P2 is going to keep the location of the previous node. So let us take an example. Suppose this is my start and it is pointing at my first node. This is my second node. Okay. And this is my third node. Suppose I have three nodes. This is 100. This is my address. This is 200. This is 300. Obviously, the last one is going to have null. Here, data field, I'm going to leave it empty. Or let me write 1, 2, 3 here. So what is the value here? Here is nothing but the address of the next node wherever it is attached, isn't it? Similarly, since this is pointing at this one, this is address of this one is stored in the address field of this particular node. So let us see how our algorithm works. So I'm going to say P2 is equal to start. So I'm taking a pointer variable P2, which is pointing at start, which is nothing but I'm pointing at the first node. Okay. So I'm saying while link of P2 is not null. So now since the start is pointing at this one, our P2 is also pointing at this one. I'm going to check the link field of each node of P2. And if it is not equal to null, what I'm going to say? I'm going to say P1 is equals to P2. And then I'm saying P2 is equal to link of P2. So what is the meaning of that? So first step, let us see our example. Now this one is pointing at this one. Now I'm going to get into the while loop. while link of P2, what is P2? Link of P2 is nothing but 200. Is it equal to null? Is it not equal to null? It is not equal to null, isn't it? This has some value. So this is true. Because this is true, we are going to execute these two steps. What are those steps? I'm going to say P1 is equal to P2. Means now I'm going to have another pointer P1 which is also pointing at P2, but P2 I'm going to move it to link of P2. So where my P2 is going to move now? My P2 is going to move over to the next one, which is link of this particular one. So my P2 is pointing here. Now again I'm going to go and check, is link of P2 is null. Is it null in this case also? In this case, it is 300. It is not equal to null. Again, I'm going to execute this set of statements. Now my P1 is going to come over here, over to the next one. My P1 will come here because P1 is equal to P2, and P2, what is going to happen to P2? P2 is going to point at the next one. Okay. Now again, I'm checking, is link of P2 not equal to null? No, in this case, it is equals to null. Hence, since this is false, I'm going to come out of this while ends. Okay, I hope you're understanding. Mainly this set of link is nothing but what we are going to do is we are going to traverse the linked list. P2 is the first one which is going to move first, and accordingly it is going to bring P1 along because we want the P1 to point at the previous node. Okay, so P2 is going to reach the last node and P1 is going to point at the previous node, right? Next, once we get our previous node and the last node, what I'm going to do, I'm going to print the data of P2. That is 3 is going to get printed. Why so? Because we are deleting at the end node, right? So that is why I'm going to print the data of P2, and link of P1 is equal to null. So where is my P1 pointing? My P1 is pointing at the previous one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this link which has been established previously, and I'm going to write over here null. Okay, so when I say that, this connection is going to get removed automatically, and hence we are going to free this one. So link of P1 is equal to null, which is this one, and free P2. This is supposed to be P2. Sorry. So we are going to free the P2 part. Okay, so this is how we are going to delete the end node. Okay, I hope these two algorithms are clear to you. These are the very simple ones. Now let's go ahead and see the third type of algorithm or a method of deleting, which is deleting at a given position. Okay, so first we are going to find the location of the node to be deleted and the previous node. So here in this case also we are going to suppose this is my start and these are my node, and I want to delete this one. Then what I'm going to do is I have to find out the node to be deleted, okay, this one, and also I want the previous node. Then delete the node to be deleted by changing the location of the previous node of the node to be deleted. As in, I'm going to remove this link and establish the link over here, and I'm going to free this particular node. So this is how we are going to delete a node at a given position. So let us go ahead and see the algorithm for this one. So the algorithm says, here P1 and P2 are the pointers, just like the way we had in the previous one. Pointer P2 is used to traverse the linked list. If the pointer P2 has the location of the node to be deleted, P1 keeps the location of the previous node P2. So in this case, similarly like before, our P2 is going to move from one linked list to the another linked list until it is reaching the desired position. In this case, suppose this is the where I want to delete. In the previous case, it was end. So we wanted our P2 to go to the end. But in this case, we are going to move it to the desired position. So once it reached the position, the P2 is going to be over here and P1 is going to be pointing at the previous node, right? So that is what this statement means. So let us start. The very first thing is we are going to keep a counter. Why? Because once we have a counter, we know that whether we have reached a required position or not. Okay. So count is a counter to count the number of nodes, and position is where we are going to take the value from the user, which node he wants to delete, right? So count is equal to 0 initially, and I'm going to take a pointer type, which is of node, which is going to point at start, which is nothing but which is pointing at the first one. Okay. So as of now, I'm going to remove these. Now, what is going to happen next? While P1 is not equal to null, count is equal to count plus 1. So count is initially 0. Now, while P1 is not equal to null, of course, this is not equal to null because we have some data values here, isn't it? So P1 is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then I'm going to say count is equal to count plus 1. In this case, it is going to be 0 plus 1, which is nothing but 1. And then what I'm going to do, P1 is equal to link of P1. That is, whatever is the link is here, I'm going to move my P1 over here. Now it is going to come over here. Again, I'm saying while P1 is not equal to null, is it null in this case? It is not null in this case also. Again, I'm going to increase my count. So let me write it over here. Again, I'm going to say count is equal to count plus 1, which is equal to 2. And I'm saying P1 is equal to link of P1. So my P1 is going to come over here. Again, I'm checking is P1 is equal to null. No, it is not equal to null. Again, I'm going to increase my counter. It is going to become 3. Now I will move P1 is equal to link of P1. Link of P1 is null, right? So now when I check while P1 is not equal to null, this is going to become false because P1 is null here. That is why this is going to become false. We are going to come out of the while loop. So while loop is going to end here. So when the while loop is ending, according to this example, my count is 3. That is, I have 3 nodes, right? Next, now we are going to check one by one. I will ask the user to enter the position. Suppose this is the first, this is second, this is third. So my position is 2 here. I want to delete this particular node. So what is going to happen? If at all the user has given position as 1, which is this one, he wants to delete the very first node. For this, we have already seen the algorithm. Then what is going to happen? We are going to call that particular function, which is deleting at the beginning. Okay. And then suppose the position is equal to count. Count is nothing but 3, which means he wants to delete the last node. In that case also, what is going to happen? We have already seen the algorithm. We are going to call the delete at the end function. Okay. So these are the two cases which we have already seen. So in case the user is giving any of these position, then we are going to go ahead and call those particular functions only. Only if it is a case apart from these, that is, if at all we want any other position, then what is going to happen? So this is the next set of code of algorithm, which where we are going to actually delete a node from the given position. Now, one thing, please note here, students, that this particular code, how it works means, suppose if I have a given position, suppose this is my linked list, and if I want to delete a node from the second node, then what is going to happen is when I give a position 2, the node after this one, that is the node next to the given position, is what is going to get deleted according to this particular given code. Okay, so let us see how it works. So this is my start. Suppose I have 4 nodes in this one. So according to the previous calculations, the count should be 4 and my position value is 2. Okay. So let's see the code, how it works. First, I'm going to say if position is less than count. Of course, in this case, the position is less than count because the count is 4 and position is 2. So it is not the beginning of the linked list and it is not the end of the linked list. Now, first I'm going to have a pointer which of type node P2, which is going to point at the start or nothing, but it is pointing at the very first node, isn't it? Now, for I is equal to 1 to position, that is first I'm going to take I value as 1 and my position after which I want to delete the node is 2, right? So it is going to, this particular for loop is execute twice, that is once and twice. And these are the changes which we are going to make. So let us see what is that. So initially when I is equal to 1, I'm going to say P1 is equals to P2. Since P2 is pointing over here, what I'm saying here is the P1 is also going to point at the same node. That is my first node. And the next step is P2 is going to be the link of P2. That is, I'm going to remove my P2 from here and I'm going to move it to the link of that particular node. So the link of this particular node is nothing but this node. So P2 is pointing over here. Next, again my for loop is going to get executed. I is equal to 1 to position. So position is 2. So now I value is going to become 2. And then again we are going to process the same set of statements, which is I'm going to again say P1 is equal to P2. That is, I'm going to move my P1 over here. P2 and P1 both are going to get moved. So now my new P1 is over here and P2 is going to become link of P2. So P2 was pointing here. So the link of this one is pointing at this one. So P2 is going to come over here. Now our P1 has reached the position and this is the node which we are going to delete because it is the next node after the given position. So this algorithm works in that way, this particular given algorithm, that is, if at all you give a position, it is going to remove or delete a node which is after that given position. Okay, so my for loop is going to end over here because position is 2 and already we have reached 2. Okay, so once after that, I'm going to print the data of P2. That is, suppose my data was 1, 2, 3, 4. Since I'm going to delete this particular node, I'm going to print the data of it, which is 3. And then I'm going to say link of P1 is nothing but link of P2. So where is my P1? This is my P1. The link of P1 is as of now this particular node. But then I am going to remove that link and I'm going to establish a link between these two nodes. Okay, so this is going to be a new link. By doing that, I'm going to free it. So free P2. So this particular node is going to get freed, which is nothing but getting deleted, right? So if at all our given count is not at the beginning, not at the end, and if it is not less than count, which means suppose if I give a count as 6, which means that there is no sixth node at all. In that case, we are going to say that it is an invalid position. Okay, I hope this is clear. These are very simple algorithms and very easy to learn. I hope I have made it easier for you all to learn as well. So that's all in today's session, students. I hope this is helping you all in your preparation. So thank you for watching. Take care.